95.1 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
This is Morning Crossfire. On 95.1 Nigeria Info.
Good morning. Welcome to a brand new day right here on Nigeria Info 95.1 Abuja. It's 6:33 a.m. Hope that you are having a great start to your Thursday. It's the 7th day in December 2023. Welcome to the show. My name is Itodo. I've got so much planned out for you today on the Morning Crossfire. I'll be here until 9 o'clock. Hand you over to the Sports Drive team. And at 9:30, we're time to get into what's happening in Abuja with the billionaire. All the way till 12. Afterwards, we'll get into the sunny side with SWAT. And at 3 o'clock, the Oracle will be here with some hard facts for you till 7 p.m. At 10, well, the Football Frenzy crew will be wrapping up and giving you all the great vibes, good music afterwards. So ensure that you stay tuned and be part of various conversations that we will be having today. Apologies for not getting into Rise to Wisdom. I was here early. A bit of technical issue, but that has been sorted out. And it's great to get into the newspaper review starting right now.
This is Morning Crossfire.
All right, we're going to go through various media outlets, see what the headlines are saying on the newspaper review segment. This will take us until 7:30. We'll get into the lead and afterwards get into another conversation by 8 o'clock. We're going through the Punch, the Daily Trust, the Guardian, the Sun, and the leadership news platforms this morning. Kindly note that these headlines are only read as published and have got nothing to do with Nigeria Info. So ensure that you've got the facts, the information, and everything that you need prior to responding or reacting to any of the headlines. We are on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja, so you can join in right there, right now, to watch the live and be a part of the conversation. On the Punch newspaper today, it's got this major headline: Kaduna village bombing. Protesters storm National Assembly. AI threatens suit. Deaths reach 127. The writers right here say protesters condemn killings. United Nations urges military to protect civilians. PDP asks Tinubu to declare national mourning. Victims may demand 29 billion naira. 346 billion naira voted for presidential jets, refreshments, others. Airlines eye $964 billion. Nigerian African carriers post losses. Federal government loses $16 million to 9-year conflict with Intel. That's according to the MPA. Supreme Court, 11 justices scale NJC hurdles, await Tinubu's nod. Suspected ritualist dismember OAU student, sell parts to Ogun Yahoo boy. Federal government votes 50 billion naira for student loan. Family mourns Nigerian lady strangled to death in the UK. Naira falls by 17% to 951 naira to a dollar. Discourse to complete 53 CBN funded projects in May. Tight security as pro-Wike lawmakers elect new members. IPPIS, federal government releases withheld workers' salaries. And that's it on The Punch this morning. Let's move on to the Daily Trust. NJC recommends appointment of 11 Supreme Court justices is a headline on the Daily Trust this morning. Zero allocation for Mambila Power Project in 2024 budget. The writers right here say ministry gets 400 million naira for conferences. Senators vow to query minister. It's plot to emasculate our region. Nothing Elders Forum. Says federal government not ready to address energy crisis. Kaduna village massacre. Protesters besiege National Assembly. Zaria. Border closure. We're losing 13 billion naira weekly. Freight forwardeers. Gunmen attack Kogi Election Tribunal scribe. Cut away documents. Prisoners from foreign lands working at construction sites in Nigeria. That's according to a Senate panel. And PDP, NNPP, 5 others form coalition. Issues in Kano Plateau pointer to a one-party state. And that's it on the Daily Trust. Moving on to the Guardian newspaper right now. Dilapidated police barracks. 22,000 officers await relocation claims 7 months after quit notice. And it gives a breakdown to the Ministry of Police Affairs 2024 budget at 936.73 billion naira. What personnel will be getting, overhead, capital project, ongoing assessment of police barracks, construction, provision of station barracks, rehabilitation, repairs of stations barracks. Gives all the breakdown to what all of these will be getting in that budget. Tinubu threatens to shut public buildings, denying access to PWDs. Arawa coalition alleges Kano crisis against Tinubu. United Nations flays Kaduna bombing as protesters storm National Assembly, demand minister's resignation. Youth Games, a decade of deceit or work in progress is a question being asked on the front page of The Guardian. And that's it on The Guardian. Moving on to The Sun. Organ failure. Ikpeazu calls for validation of folk medicine. Sanwo-Olu gets 2 more cabinet members. Forbes names Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala most powerful woman in Africa. NJC approves Nwosu Iheme, Sankey, and Samani, 8 others as Supreme Court justices. Tinubu has approved blueprints to liberate, capture Southeast. That's according to Ganduje. Kanu, ex-judiciary officers ask Apex Court to save judiciary from embarrassment. Nasara Guba, let's meet at Supreme Court. Mbugado tells Governor Sule. Ubulu Uku monarch returns to his throne December 27th. And that's it on The Sun. Moving on to the leadership, Supreme Court Justices Nsamani, Sankey, Ada, 8 others pass screening. COP28, NNPC sales 2 deals for domestic international markets. Cracks as 7 political parties form coalition against APC. Lack of synergy hindering mutual development, Tinubu tells Benin president. Stop tax waivers, Senate tells executive. As Shuaibu squares up against Obaseki and his preferred candidate, is a report on the leadership. Don't divide Nigeria with religion, Akume tax leaders. House vows to recover stolen public assets. Kogi Guba, Tribunal Secretary claimed petition stolen by gunmen, is a report that the police is given. And that's it on leadership this morning. We've gone through The Punch, Daily Trust, The Guardian, The Sun, and leadership. It's time to get to your reactions to these various headlines as read out. Kindly note that these headlines are only read as published and have got nothing to do with Nigeria Info. Be certain you have the information when you call in to react to any of these headlines that have got your attention this morning. And to join the conversation, you can watch live on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. You have 90 seconds to kindly go straight to your point. No foul language. Move away from your device when you call in. And also be conscious of time. 0700 951 0000, 08095974869. Those are the numbers to call. You can also call on WhatsApp. Send a WhatsApp message to 080 9993 0137. Ahmed Trust watching from Zuba. Thank you for joining in on Facebook. Thomas Edwin, Ozo Francis and Namani, good morning. And thank you for being a part of the conversation. Moazo John Lasisi, we'll see you. Welcome.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir, Itodo. My name is Ekwa Pikin from Hamaya, Niger State.
Go ahead.
Kaduna bombing, yes, told 127. And we have not yet heard anything from Mr. President. Something happened like this, and many people lost their lives. Many are in the hospital.
Well, the president has asked for a probe into the bombing. So we've heard something from him regarding that.
Okay, fine. Then the Nigerian army coming to claim that they are the one who do this. They are not just with these people. They are not in the hospital with them, seeing how they are doing. And now the death is now increasing. Now, as it is, the people who are in the hospital are up to 100. And nobody, how many of them will later die?
Well, Ekwa Pikin, before you go on, Ekwa Pikin, can you hear me? Before you go on and complete your thoughts, the Chief of Army Staff visited the hospitals to see the victims and also attended the mass burial for those who passed on. Just to put it out there, so you're setting.
As far as we are concerned in Kaduna State, and anywhere that this thing happens, where our hearts go to the people who lost their lives and people who lost their loved ones. But sir, attending the mass burial is not it at all. It's nothing to write home about.
All right.
People who do this, are they not trained? Are they not trained?
All right. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Itodo.
Welcome. What's your name, sir?
This is your brother. My name is Al-Hassan Tatani Dola from Gondaraka, local government of state.
Welcome, my Hassan.
Yeah, let me take from the secretary to the federal government. I can agree with him. Most of people use religion to manipulate their political will. But I can assure you, no matter how somebody hide under religion or tribe. One day, he's going to give account to everything that we do. And the issue of the security. I want to tell Nigeria, let's pray. Let us pray so that the security issue is going to be over, because I can assure you, most of the things that we commit, that is why God is trying us to another punishment.
All right.
Because most of people can say, when you do something wrong, it's over. No, we must give account to everything that we do. Thank you very much for now. Bye.
Good morning. Your device is on. Can you move away from it? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. What's your name?
Itodo. Charles calling from Usetu.
Welcome, Charles. Go ahead.
And there was a headline that said the garbage is said there's something different in Southeast. Please, I want you to, I couldn't get it.
Charles, you sound far away from your device. Do you want to move closer so I can make out what you're saying?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can now.
I think there was a headline where you mentioned of Ganduje and the blueprint in the Southeast. I couldn't get it well.
Tinubu has approved blueprints to liberate, capture Southeast. That's the headline.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I just hope it's not the same one that the former president Buhari did. That was all he was dancing was crocodile and python, and they're burning down communities and villages all in the name of fighting agitations of the separatists. I just hope it's not the same blueprint, because it's not going to. If it is, they are going to jump the rock. That's number one.
All right.
Secondly, on the Kaduna bomb,
Well, you have 90 seconds, Charles. Your time's already up. Thank
it
you.
is in Kaduna Bombay. It is wrong to make the army to prove itself, because there is no how they can prove themselves and give you a good report at the end of the day.
All right, Charles. That's a good place to leave the conversation. Let's go on to Facebook and WhatsApp right now. Take some of your comments and reactions. Dr. Mrs. Umali Baran Oweri says, every new day in Nigeria comes with heartbreaking news and not heart-mending ones. This bombing in Kaduna is most unprofessional, and I ask, where lies intelligence gathering? This flimsy excuse of mistake is unacceptable, and high-powered probe by different bodies should be established. We can't continue losing lives of our innocent citizens in the most gruesome manner. May God grant the dead eternal rest and give us the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss, is what Dr. Mrs. Umar Lebara is saying. And Muazu John Lasisi, Nigerian military should carry out their engagement with terrorists with professionalism. The innocent one should not suffer for what they know nothing about. We appreciate their efforts so far. Obunike Paul Fitzgerald, Nigerian military should be professional in their job to avoid this type of erroneous mistake in Kaduna. Nigerians, be guided that faith without work is dead. Let us come together and work against killers and evil people. Peace and love is what Chiemeka G. Edwin is saying. Yahaya M. Adams says, my heart goes to the Muslim brothers and sisters who lost their lives in Kaduna. May Allah grant them al-Jannah. Budget. Another year is here. National Assembly will not scrutinize anything because the budget itself. Okay. Yeah, that's a good place to leave that conversation. Let's check out what you're saying on WhatsApp right now, shall we? And Nasser, trying to get to your message, says, I think you should check that headline that said people protested the Kaduna killings at the National Assembly. It's not so. They are Abuja indigenous inhabitants against Wike. Well, the headline says otherwise. There could possibly have been different protests ongoing or going on simultaneously. It is not nice It is nice. The federal government declares national days of mourning for those who lost their lives in Kaduna bombing. But should it have waited to do so from any person or group is the question you're asking. That the federal government has not declared national mourning days shows how cheap human life is in our present Nigeria. It shows that we have lost our core values as Africans. It has never occurred in any nation where over 100 innocent people would be killed accidentally without the government of the day showing enough remorse for it, is the message that social engineer Comrade Itodo is sharing. I'll give you 60 seconds to quickly share your thoughts so we can go on this break. Good morning.
My name is Mami Z. I'm calling you from Bari.
You have 60 seconds. Go
First, a huge sum of money was budgeted for feeding. And some of us will be frowning at it. It's not even enough, you know why? The economy is not smiling at all. You go to the market with 200,000 naira, you will not see what you buy. Secondly, a lady died in UK and they are suspecting her husband. The voice, please, may I ask you, does it mean that the time I share with you, when things are good, we quickly forget it when things are rough? I want to advise people, if you want to end any relationship and you know your person cannot manage it, know how you walk away from that relationship. Because if you just walk up to somebody and say, I don't do again, some people could just turn against you. I'm not happy with what happened. Look at our sister, the musician. Today, nothing happened.
All right.
What is it? Husband.
Okay, your connection has gone south, and that's a good place to leave it. To go on a break right now. At 7 o'clock, it'll be time to get into the news. Afterwards, we'll be back to get more of your reactions to the headlines this morning.
Let's talk.
This is Nigeria Info.